make absolutely no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like youth is the way to go, but you can't go youth if your creative department is all 50 plus.
I heard. I don't know how true it is, but I heard they're using AI now.
They've been, but that's what I'm saying. They listen, shout out to Dave Meltzer, man, because he gets a lot of flack. He says stuff, and then people will call him whatever, make fun of him. He said that like 3, 4 months ago. You know what I'm saying? And nobody really believed it until you started seeing the AI artwork. And I'm like, this looks stupid, man. Like, why are they doing this? Why are they being so lazy with it? And
I don't know. I don't know if that's coming from TKO or if they're trying to damage the product to the point where TKO was like, we want to get these guys up out of here, but it doesn't make sense. But one
yeah,
of the things that I think I was okay with the releases that got in the first batch, right? Is actually a couple names. We talked about it
yeah,
off
awful.
off recording, and I hit about like three people. I said about three people named who ended up getting released. So I wasn't technically surprised of who got released. I
Yeah,
actually wanted to see a couple more people name in there. I actually wanted to see Bailey name in there. I feel as though they're using Bailey terribly. I think if
yeah,
you really let Bailey go in the ring, she is a top three performer in that ring, and we've seen what Bailey could do as far as character. She could be the
yeah.
lovable, hug me, everybody love her, or she could call you stupid idiots and get over as a heel. I just feel as though just throwing her in a tag team with Lyra is wasting her talent. And
Oh
you're
yeah,
throwing her in the tag team division for, if you're not doing anything with the men's tag team, then we know you're really not doing anything with the women's tag team.
yeah,
And so it's kind of like you're just wasting her away. I would love for her to go out there and go crazy and link back out Mercedes Monet, wrestle together, tag together. I think they work amazingly together. um,
and Bailey goes to
yeah.
AEW shows for the record. A lot of people, she just
Oh,
stays
no,
off
yeah,
camera.
she being a cut. They're where disguise is,
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. But I definitely wanted to see Bailey because you just not using. I wanted to see Johnny Gargano because you're
Yeah,
just wasting him away. Like the last couple segments we got from him was him just laying there being all depressed since Tommaso Ciampa got released. And
yeah,
you have him pop up. He got his energy back, and you had him pop up at NXT. Really didn't become. It was a cool match. Like you're always gonna get a with certain talents. You're always gonna get a good match, but it didn't really turn into anything.
yeah.
Um, yeah, man. I don't know what they got going on. You said you want to go younger, but I'm not necessarily seeing that in the product of going younger. You know what
I
I'm saying?
think you know what I think is happening too with TKO's involvement. And this is based on the NXT. I'm not NXT. The New Day not renewing and leaving.
Well, here's the
It's
thing with
it's
the
it's
New
like
Day.
hold on. It's
The New
like
Day didn't even renew.
that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
It's like when the music industry started switching to 360 deals and was trying to force artists into those deals. I think that's what they're trying to restructure, pay less, and do. What I read it said TKO deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
read that too.
and doing that, and when 360 kind of gave birth, not gave birth, but it blew up the indie scene as far as people going independent. You know what I'm saying? And still being
Right.
able to sell records. You don't have a machine behind you. Um, but I think I'm more worried for Kofi than Xavier because and I tell people all the time because Xavier was Austin Creed first. He was on the
Mhm.
Indies. He was. I think Kofi spent maybe like a year on the Indies before he signed with WWE. So he's been with them since '05. And he started wrestling in I think like '04, '03. So this is kind of like a new world for Kofi. You know what I mean? So I'm anxious to see what happens. I hope he doesn't play it safe and signs with TNA. I hope neither one of them. Well, Austin Creed came from this, so I wouldn't be mad. But I at least hope Kofi and Austin, the history they got. I remember in what's that 2018 when Omega in New Japan wore the New Day Budio shirt. They've had this video game rivalry. It's money on the table. I also think that this might be a long shoot, but because Xavier Woods had up, up, down, down, maybe TK can give him an executive role and work on getting a video game together. So that's where my mind went immediately. Like the New Day versus the Elite, the New Day versus the Elite. I hope they use the video game storyline that they've been using in real life because we all know what that is.
Right.
To introduce them and let's go, man. Like I'm not as sad for these releases. I'm more relieved for the wrestlers than sad.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we now get to see an unleashed MCMG.
Facts.
Again, I understand the glitz and the glam of wanting your dream to sign with WWE, but I'm on record from day one saying I didn't like that signing, and here we are.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it, but I didn't like it because with Motor City Machine Guns, they're already established tag team. They're a legendary tag team outside of WWE. So with going into WWE, if they can't kind of like they can't rebrand you at you guys' age to make you something different, then it's kind of like they just throw you on a shelf.
Yeah.
And so it's unfortunate, but the match, I feel as though it was a lot of potential with their matches, but I guess just bad creative and bad, direction. And I think a big part of why they didn't get over is because you put these people in a universe and you really don't, it's like you don't acknowledge all the things that they've done before they got here. Like you're trying to tell me these older, they're older gentlemen now. They just popped up in one of the greatest tag teams, and we have no history of where they come from, right? And it's so crazy because with the partnership of TNA, you definitely could have put like a crazy video package of what they did in TNA.
It was together, super easy,
and showcase what they do to have people get familiar with them. You say it a lot that they try to appeal to the casual fans, and it's showing in their product. Instead of just pulling the casual fans in and giving them who these wrestlers actually are, you try to kind of like erase what they've done before they got here. And it's hurting them getting over and having these casuals go back and understand the history of some of these talents that they signed to see how amazing that they were before they got here. I think it forces your hand to actually showcase these talents in a manner of which they were on the independent circuit. To me, it's just laziness, and I feel as though as much as I come up here and I try to defend WWE, they're making it harder and harder. Right? They're making it harder and harder. WWE was always that established promotion for me as a child. Just falling in love with professional wrestling. ECW will always probably be my favorite promotion. But ultimately, all of those guys got filtered into WWE when they were brought out. You get involved with WCW. The same thing brought out a lot of those guys filtered over there. So WWE was always, the biggest. And just to see what they're becoming and what they've become thus far is rather disappointing as a fan of just wrestling. We got some really great matches from them, over the years. We got Brock Lesnar doing the moonsault or the shooting star press from the top rope, getting a concussion. Like it was a point in time where you guys really pushed the limits of the product. But now it's just like you don't care about necessarily the product. We could just throw Roman Reigns in a match and it's gonna sell. Like you don't care. Like you say often like the same 5-6 people, and it's kind of like showing, you ask New Day to restructure their deals and go to TKO deals. Why didn't you do that with Punk? Why didn't you do that with Cody? Why didn't do that with Drew? Why you didn't do that with Randy? Why didn't you do that with Roman? Like it's so many other wrestlers that you could have reached out to. You could have did that with The Miz. I'm pretty sure The Miz ain't making chump change. He's been in that company forever, and even though he doesn't wrestle as much, he's always in some sort of segment. Right? Like you could have did that with a plethora of other wrestlers. You take the 2 black wrestlers who put that company on their back for so many years, over 16 World Tag Team Championships. You know what I'm saying? Kofi, a heavyweight champion, 4-time or 5-time Intercontinental. He's won the United States Championship. You go to them to say, hey, go over to a TKO deal, restructure your deals. Like, no. And to me, when you do stuff like that, it makes what people like MVP say about you seem kind of true. Like I'm starting to look at you a little bit differently. You could have asked many other people to restructure their deals and go over to a TKO deal, but you go to the New Day. I'm not rolling with that.
Yeah,
I think that was me. I think that what they say, the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah,
I think that was the straw. I think you mismanaged them before they even got to this point. You're trying to turn them heel. You didn't really turn them heel. You try to keep the New Day energy of what they were when they were faces, but make them heel. You threw Grayson Waller in there, who made absolutely no sense, and I felt as though they became jobbers. I felt they weren't really able to be the New Day. When they dropped the titles to the Usos, it was just like a cool match, but nothing became of that for either tag team.
I think they would have worked out a lot better if they didn't jump the gun with Odyssey Jones and got rid of him and kept him with them. I think that would have they would have never really faded in popularity. Because he had something. We saw what he had, and the fans, we
was a beast.
We were with it, you know what I mean? But then, the false accusations and like not even like to give him a second chance is nuts, especially
it's not even a false accusations. It's the fact that in false accusations, then it comes out to find out that he was the one getting abused. No apology issued. No nothing issued. It's kind of like you just wipe your hands with them, and I'm looking like
makes no sense to me.
That's not cool. But I think it's particular, and it's funny that you bring back Paige, and 2 weeks later, Xavier Woods gets released, or they had their parting of ways, right? Like
the other dude involved still there.
Who?
Who is it? Brad Maddox. He not there no more behind the scenes, right?
I think Brad Maddox left many years ago. I don't think he's involved in any way of sorts with the WWE product. But it's just very weird to me. It's just the timeline of things is just very odd, right?
Yeah.
It's very odd. If you know the history between Paige and Xavier and why that probably wouldn't mesh well. Like they say, if you know. But it's just weird that you bring her in, she has about 2 weeks, and we want to restructure, you guys' contract. They go over the TKO deals. No.
Yeah.
And I respect them for saying no too. I absolutely respect them for saying no and say that's not what we doing.
No. Because you gotta understand, like, to me, this is a bigger loss for them in the social media world, because his show was very popular, up, down. And that brought a lot of fans into wrestling that weren't necessarily previously, watching it like that.
The gamers and all of that.
Yeah. So that it's a big loss. Like, we're gonna be like if it goes the way we want, can you imagine New Day on Being the Elite now? With let's do it,
one thing I'm excited about, not to cut you off, E. Yeah. Does anybody remember the party? Right? If they go to AEW, get the party reunion. You got Claudio Castellano, you have Adam Cole. A lot of those guys is over there in AEW. Tyler Breeze, I believe he still is involved with WWE. And I don't know his exact role, but
Well, he got let go from them, and his involvement, I think, is per appearance, but he was brought back through Xavier, up, down. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you could get. I feel as though the New Day, Kofi and Xavier, can give you a lot of content, and it can give you banger matches. Like you said, it could definitely.
Kofi in New Japan. We never seen Kofi on the Indies. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is new territory as a fan. He's one of the few wrestlers that him and Xavier that in WWE it don't feel like they're counting steps. Like you ever see somebody who can't dance and they're counting the steps?
Facts.
They actually go. So they like when they would wrestle, even on the lower mid card, I never had anything to complain about because I felt the passion. You see them putting in, all right, we got to get back to where we were. They took having Grayson Waller and work with it. The heel turn was done terribly, super terribly. Like
they could have been amazing hills.
Could have been super amazing hills, but now in my mind, I'm like, ooh, what if we get Kofi in the G1 now? What if we get Xavier again in Rev Pro and CMLL and all this other stuff? Like I want to see both of them if they're together or not. I prefer to see them together.
Yeah, I think they're gonna stay together. And I'm not gonna hold you. I want all those dream matches that they teased back in the day to come true. I want New Day in the Bucks, which they probably won't be called New Day anymore. I want New Day in FTR. Like I want New Day in Edge and Christian. Like it's so many tag team matches that can. I want New Day in Motor City Machine Guns.
You know where my mind is going? What if we've been waiting all this time? What if New Day come back and it's 3-on-2, and then the lights go out and the lights come back on and it's Keith Lee? Come on, man! It's so many dope things that can freaking happen.
I think Keith Lee in a New Day will fit. I will I think
he'll be good. And the way Tony Khan books, it's not like Keith Lee would get lost in the shuffle with the New Day. He would probably go for a solo belt. They would strengthen the tag division. Everything would be good.
I'm gonna tell you another one where I wouldn't mind seeing throw New Day in a Hurt Syndicate. I think that would be absolutely sickening for professional wrestling in a manner of which they'll be a powerhouse. You got Bobby Lashley, who, if you're familiar with Bobby Lashley from his old WWE work to his work at TNA. And just Bobby Lashley, period. He's a badass in real life, right? He's a badass in real life. So you got him. You know, we know what Shelton Benjamin brings to the table. I think if you are a fan of professional wrestling, then you know that Shelton Benjamin has got the short end of the stick most of his career when he was in, WWE and what he can actually do in that ring.
Yeah.
And you throw in the New Day, like I feel as though New Day Tag Team Champions, you got Shelton. He owns a single championship, whatever you want to give him, and you let Bobby run with the World Heavyweight Championship. And I feel as though you could take them similar to Mercedes Moné to other promotion and just stack titles.
Yeah.
Just imagine if the Hurt Syndicate just stacked titles from New Japan, Rev Pro, CMLL, like all these places, and they just stacked titles. I remember seeing Bobby Lashley with 4 to 5 titles in TNA when he had the headband on, just killing people.
Yeah,
I remember that. Like I was there.
Yeah,
I remember that, and to me, he's only gotten better. Right? He's gotten better since he was that version. MVP has talked a lot about retiring. We don't need MVP in the ring anymore. Not saying that his in-ring work isn't good, but as of right now, his role as a manager he's
too good. He's really good. I like him as a manager who can step in the ring if need be. Like,
he can take a bump. Like, he can do something like that. But no, like, and that's one thing we also gotta. This is one thing we also gotta address. If we can save the letter, like Roman said, he's gonna be here the whole summer, and it looks like the whole month of June he got pulled. I don't know if he needs time off. I don't know if something's going on behind the scenes. I've heard the word strike go on a lot regarding talent. I know that just to see how the talent responded to the New Day leaving, it's going to hurt that locker room a lot.
I mean, it's going the way they responded to Kyrie. You know what I mean? Kyrie saying like, I see a lot of posts, and no offense to this dude, man. It's like, Kyrie or whoever's going, but Grayson Waller is still here. Like,
What is that? Nikita Lyon is still in WWE. Like,
she's been demoted from what? From NXT to the Tubi
Evolve.
show.
She went from NXT to Evolve, and now she's on that show with Bubbly. She's on that show with Bubba Ray.
What show? Oh, the LFG?
Yeah, LFG. LFG. She's on that show. She's on LFG. So she's like, what more? Like Tyrese said, what more do you want from me? Like, what more can I can name about 10 people that could get the hell out of WWE before you throw a Kairi Sane in there, before you throw a New Day in there. Yeah. Like, you mismanaged the Wyatt Six, you mismanaged Aleister Black, like you mismanaged the Machine Guns.
Before you
mismanaged JC,
before you threw Dexter Lumis in the Wyatt Six, his character, he could have been like an evil Orange Cassidy, if that makes sense.
Facts.
Like,
he kind of had that role before in NXT. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, him before the Wyatt Six was just fine, but yeah. I don't. Bro, I read some reports that TKO isn't fan of the dark stuff that WWE does.
But you're having people who doesn't understand professional wrestling make professional wrestling decisions.
They act like the Undertaker wasn't here for 30 plus years.
Undertaker,
Kane,
had Kane.
Mankind.
Like, what are we talking about? You don't understand the Ministry of Darkness. You know what I'm saying? The Brood. Like, do you not remember before the Hardys really became the Hardys? Like, they was in a Brood and they were a dark character with Gangrel.
Yep. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it just, and you know what else doesn't make sense on the business side, because they just had their, I guess I don't want to call it a business meeting, but they profited $25 billion last year. So it's like
the profit is going to go up. I think the profit,
as long as the prices go up, everything's going to keep going up.
My point exactly. They're not going to see a dent in what they're doing until those prices start to go down. Until people stop watching Raw. Until people stop watching SmackDown. Until people stop watching NXT. This is coming from somebody who just came off WrestleMania and had the time of his life. Shout out to Nick and Shaheem. You know what I'm saying? We had a ball out there. But until people stop just paying those overpriced tickets for 8 to 9 minute matches, right? Until you just stop supporting the product of which WWE is, they're gonna make a profit. And clearly right now that's all they care about. Like, WWE is no longer a wrestling company. It's how many ads we can fit in, right? Let's shorten the matches to get more ads.
Yeah.
Right. Let's make these. Let's just do these long ass entrances. Have a 4-minute match, and then that 4 minutes we're gonna throw in 3 ads in there.
Yeah, I think
that's what the product has become, and you're cheating people.
It was different for you because y'all were at Mania Live, but at home it was 3.5 of minutes of just literally showing the WrestleMania logo on the screen, and then 3 more minutes of either the Hulk Hogan commercial or just a bunch of random commercials. So you're looking at 8 minutes of commercials in between matches every time. Like, I'm just like mind blown when you have a full roster that you could have taken advantage of. You could have had why not keep the Andre battle on Mania? Because you letting them get the Mania payday. You know what I mean? If they still do that, but it's like it's wrestling fans like. This is why I tell people it's the difference between sports entertainment and pro wrestling. Sports entertainment, the focus is on the entertainment side. It's focused on the board members. It's focused on the money. It's focused on the stock market. That's all it is. Like, I mean, when Trips gave interviews, he said WWE isn't even a wrestling show. He said that himself.
It's a TV show.
We can look at the credits at the end.
Wrestling.
We can look
He
at the
said that
credits at
often.
the end. You know what I mean? So I think my problem is, like many our age, we grew up. We've seen early WCW, early WWE going into the fall of WCW. We've seen ECW, um, TNA. We've seen all this where we've seen good wrestling. And when Endeavor bought from Vince, I said day one, that's a bad move because, again, I read business reports. They were in debt when they bought it from Vince. So I'm like, oh my God, something. If you know business and corporate business, that's not look.
Yeah.
They were going to use, I said it. I'm on record, on social media, on a different
Yeah, they were
podcast.
going to use them to get them out of debt.
I said that.
And
So
yeah,
it's more about, my worry is by the time they finish using WWE up,
it's not going to be nothing left.
it's not going to be nothing left. You know what I mean? And WWE, I don't want to call it karma, but you did that to Evolve. You had a partnership with them where you rated their talent, shut them down, and then turned them into a reality show. Y'all have done that with a bunch of different promotions.
They're doing
Where
it. They're doing it now to TNA.
yeah,
They're doing
where
it
the
now to
partnerships are
AAA.
more one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Like with AAA, I got to give Ludwig Kaiser props. That's not that they probably sent him down there just because, and he turned it over to become the biggest face, and that's him.
He's doing his promos in Spanish, bro. He is doing like he had.
Do you know
like,
what? Do you know why
like
wrestling fans appreciate that? Because it's not just he's not going by the numbers. He put his all into it.
Yeah, like he's over. He is over. Like
Even
I
how
watched
he
it last
dresses
night.
in suits, the Mexican suits that he be wearing, the
Yeah,
regular
I watched
suits.
it last night, and it goes back to like I saw Reed Phoenix put on a fucking hell of a match to the point where in that culture and Mexican wrestling culture, throwing coins in the ring is like the biggest sign of respect. Right?
Yeah.
They were throwing coins in the ring after his match, and it's sad because it's just like you don't even get used on SmackDown, right? You're like if they let you just go. If they let you just go and just so happen to actually pull a trigger on the Lucha Brothers, oh my God. The type of wrestling that we could get from those two together and as individuals, I think Penta is doing great work by itself, but like you kind of just got Ray Phoenix just there.
Man.
Like he's
I want
there.
Ray Phoenix. I want him out of there. First of all, somebody that I heard that I don't know who owns it, but I heard they're bringing Lucha Underground back. It's
Yeah, I
some
heard that too.
it's some things happening, man. So like,
but I don't know if that's going to be a part of WWE. I've heard that too. That they
I read that
have,
TKO owns it. Like they bought the rights to it. That's what I've read. I hope I'm not. I hope I'm wrong.
If that's the case, I don't want it back.
No, not at all.
If you do that,
I don't want it in the big arena.
Understand pro wrestling.
It don't need to be in a big arena. It really needs to be shot how it was, cinema style, and in the small arenas. You know what I mean? Because they was jumping off the top of it. Yeah, they was jumping off the top of the arenas, all that.
You coming down through the stands. Like I need that type of vibe. I don't need like a big lucha entrance with pyro and none of that. That wasn't what Lucha Underground was.
No, it's not. It's like when I hate it. ECW, like you, is my favorite promotion. When they WWE fully brought them and
terrible.
I hated that. Like real ECW fans, we don't count WWECW. That's what we call it. WWECW. We don't count it.
The belts was trash.
Yeah, I don't count none of that.
It was trash.
The one night stands only. That's it.
Yeah, those was cool, but like the weekly product was
trash. Wasn't Jack Swagger the champ?
Jack Swagger was the champ. I think I did enjoy Kurt Angle in ECW. I think that was like a more no nonsense Kurt Angle. You had the Big Show. You had CM Punk. They were just doing shit.
But you know, and that's what it was.
Your volume went up, bro.
Like these were undesirables. Like none of them. RVD might be the only one. Like most of them were just outcasts. That's what made it special. So when you put these regular superstars who never worked indies, who never really bled, and put them, I'm like, Jack Swagger never been in it. Like it's like Jay-Z when he just did the interview talking
This
about
product
old
isn't for
rappers
you.
being inauthentic. Yeah, it's like
Correct. This
it
product isn't for
didn't.
you.
Yeah, so I think with Lucha Underground, my goal was to when I went to the ECW shows to hopefully run into Tony Khan and try to convince him to buy Lucha Underground, bro. That the connections they have, all the luchadors they have,
Mm-hmm.
but
And the promotions that he's partnered with, like
it's
I think it's gonna
perfect.
be amazing. Yeah.
It's perfect. And again, both companies have enough money where they can. I don't want to say add an extra show, but something to give their talent shine instead of just focusing on the two shows. So
I can see AEW doing that more
I
than
want them to give the women their
anything.
own show. The women are cooking in AEW, and I tell people all the time the way that they travel and work with other companies and other promotions, the women do it a lot more than the men. Like when MJF had the belt, he went on his tour to Indies. He was that he premiered. He was down here for 3 different small promotions in Georgia. He was all over the place. With the women, they're constantly Megan Bain. She must don't have a life outside of wrestling. She's in Japan, Europe, and America in the same week.
No, but I wouldn't
Like
say that
you
she doesn't
understand
have
what
a
I'm saying?
life.
Like,
She
but
loves the
no, what
business.
I'm that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like she's the def. I think the role that she's doing, as far as going to, I think they had that plan for Jade before she got up out of there.
Yeah.
I really think Jade. I really believe that they use these smaller companies to give their wrestlers more
Well,
practice, more experience because you're
yeah.
not fighting the best wrestlers in the world in WWE. You're fighting the best wrestlers in WWE.
You know what it is? It's not even the best wrestlers in WWE because, with all due respect, I think Penta, Ray Phoenix, a lot of these guys who don't get the shine that they're Chelsea Green, um, Naomi. I think they're better than your top guys. You're fighting the best. You're fighting the best characters.
Yeah.
You're fighting against the best people who's going to bring you in a profit.
So
With me with WWE, it's no passion in it from Triple H, a creative, and it just trickles down. Like it's just money makers.
yeah.
Roman Reigns is going to sell shirts and fill arenas. Same thing with Cody Rhodes, but it's just like where's the passion for the business?
People argue with me, man, but Roman has people the same way that Drake did. It's aura. It's aura.
I mean,
That's all it is. He
I'm
come
not gonna
out
hold you.
there.
He got me too because he does demand that aura. Like he is a figure. He is a presence.
He's a great character.
Like
Great character.
and I'm not gonna say he's bad in the ring.
No, he's not.
But
He's not bad in the ring.
if you put Roman in there with Kenny Omega,
He's lost.
Ospreay,
He's lost.
like it's like you're gonna have a long night, buddy.
They're gonna have to slow down.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to slow down, and that's my thing. Because, like again, WWE has a formula. It's all right. The good guy goes. He takes advantage. Then the bad guy takes advantage. They go to commercial. They come back. The bad guy takes advantage. The good guy tries to come back. The bad guy stops to come back. It's like the same formula.
Somebody's gonna go through an announce table, or something's gonna happen.
And nowadays, somebody's going to interfere. So it's the same formula. It's more like a television production than wrestling.
Bro, I watched Speedball beat Kyle Fletcher when we was in live in person.
Yeah,
we had no idea who was going to win that match.
None.
He gave no indications on who was going to win that match. We saw Okada wrestle that night, and that match just went down to the wire. It's kind of like with watching WWE, and I love WWE. Don't get me wrong, I love WWE, but I'm starting to get frustrated with the product.
Yeah,
if Backlash was today, we know Roman was going to win. Why do we know Roman was going to win? Because Jacob Fatu got the best of him the last time they were on TV. Like your product is just like so predictable. Like I know who's going to win those matches dependent on who is over the last event.
Hey,
The last weekly episodic show, if the only one that kind of like surprised me, I just knew that Randy was gonna go over, but newsflash is Randy was supposed to go over in the last minute. They changed it
mhm,
to Cody winning. Like it's
yeah,
just like whoever wins that segment of whatever show is gonna win. The opposite opponent is gonna win at, pardon me, Mania
yeah,
or whatever pay per view you on. It's
I,
just very predictable.
yeah, and that's like that's why, like, for instance, like when I tell people AEW is on a Wednesday, but they have a distinct advantage because they're immediately following Raw. Raw's been pretty decent lately. I don't have too many complaints with it. Um, it's been pretty decent lately, but after Raw, you got Dynamite, which I call pay-per-view Wednesdays. And then you gotta follow, you gotta watch those incredible matches and those storylines. Like right now, Osprey and Mox and the Death Riders is the best storyline in the business right now. I don't care what nobody say.
It's very interesting what
So
they got going on.
you gotta see all of that, and then you gotta go in Wednesday. I mean, go Friday too. I'm telling you now, Friday is gonna feel like Full House, Degrassi, any of those Teen Nick type shows. It's gonna feel like that, and it's not a
Right.
diss. I get it. You trying to get the casuals in. You trying to get as much money. You trying to
And
appeal. So
you know
that's
what?
where your focus is. But you got I ain't seen Carmelo or Ilya Dragunov. You got two people that can carry a show, not on the show. What are we doing? What are we doing? And again, it goes back to what I've been saying. They
Hey,
focus
but you
on
know who was on the show?
who?
Wepa Up, whatever it's called. Wepa Up with Damian Priest. I think that's the name of the tag team. Wepa Up or whatever. Damian Priest and R-Truth.
I listen, and
They got good TV time too. Danhausen gets good TV time every week.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong. I like Danhausen. I like how they use
Is he
Danhausen.
sells a lot of shirts. Like, you
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
Danhausen is funny. His segments make sense. They're not just like, yes, do you throw new people in all the time? But the fact that he's been torturing Kit Wilson and The Miz for weeks, for months at this point, because this happened before Mania,
Yeah.
it's great. Now just the fact of now he has a match at Backlash against those two. And it's just funny to me that, he reached out on social media to The Undertaker, Stone Cold, John Cena for 400 human monies. Can one of y'all like? It's funny to me. Like, all right, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. The stature of Danhausen, everything that he's doing, like he's over with me. But you have like, it's kind of like Carmelo dropped the title to Sammy, which was a bad decision to me because I would have loved to see Sammy and Trick go at it. Their feud in NXT was amazing. Like, it's kind of like he's just been written off. He got the rematch and he lost it, and now
You think it's time for him to go back to being what was his name? Christian Casanova? Is it time for him to get future endeavored so he can or stick it out? Because one thing is this,
I
like,
feel as though the history, how WWE handles African American wrestlers, I'm gonna get you before you get me.
yeah, because he had a great match. He had great matches on the indie. He had one really good one with Darby and I believe it was Bandito. Triple threat match.
Carmelo Hayes can wrestle, bro.
He had one with Ray and Darby on the indies. For me, again, I'm happy that some people have reached their dream of making it to the big stage, but career-wise, longevity-wise, it would benefit them not to be there. And he's one of the people, like, he's still young. And if they're not going to use you properly, if they're going to leave you wallowing in the lower mid card where you can go somewhere else and flourish, why not? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think, and this to me, to all independent wrestlers out there, this is my thing. And I think Cody said it best when he got his release. He had to make himself undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
Don't jump the gun to go to WWE until you are undeniable. Until they do have not just a 2 to 3 month plan with you. What's my plan 6 months to a year down the line? Like, what are we doing? Just don't go there to say I've made it. But what did you really make? You made it to WWE to be a mid-carder. They use you for a couple matches. They give you a short title run, and then it's kind of like, all right, sit in the back until we figure out what's next with you. Like, no,
Bro, we come from I think my problem is we come from an era where the whole card was over, bro. The Mexicals were over. The oddities were over to the top of the card. What happened? I understand it's a different time, but what happened is that y'all really trying to erase that era from our memories where you can't get the whole card over? Like,
money,
it's weird. You know what I'm saying?
money.
Like,
It's money.
it's top of the, like Jimmy Wayne. Like, it's so many dudes that was way over and would lose. Barry Horowitz. If we want to take it back to the 90s, Barry Horowitz, his storyline was trying to get his first win. It took almost 4 years for him to get his first win. It's so many ways if you just use your brain.
Well, I think it goes into, I think passion is a trickle down thing.
Yeah.
Right. I feel as though if you're, I feel as though if the people that you're talking to, the creative directors, the producers, and all of that don't really necessarily have a vision and passion, how can you have it?
Yeah.
One thing, I watched the Shawn Michaels doc last night, and I got, just a lot of respect for Shawn Michaels. Shout out to Shawn Michaels, but I see him in NXT, and the thing that really made me respect, Shawn was it was a spot between Ethan Page and Javon Evans that they wanted to do, and when Javon puts the chair around his neck and Ethan Page stomps on the chair, and they were kind of like iffy about it, like, I don't know. So Shawn Michaels told Ethan Page, "Do it to me," and they're looking at him like, "Are you fucking crazy? I'm not about to do that to you." He does it to him, and it's just like, you see, it messes up. It's the jaw and all of that. Like, that's passion. For you to get in the ring, for you to get in there to try to promote the match, to build the match, for you to get in there and show them like, nah, like nobody's gonna get hurt. This is what it is. And he said, one of the things I respect about him so much, I won't ask them to do something that I
wouldn't do. Yeah.
And the fact that you said that and you went in there and you took the shot with the chair and everything, like, I feel as though I'm if anything, I'm hopeful for NXT with all these new, the new talents that's coming and what they're gonna do. Because one thing Shawn is doing, he's building these guys up.
He's doing his job.
Like, he's doing his job and he's building them up. Like, he's doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
So, like, I think I'm excited that we might get a feel of NXT Black and Gold again. When NXT was, really NXT, not this 2.0.
Yeah.
Not the color, like we really got NXT. But it's kind of like, I think I was so excited because I saw somebody with passion.
Yeah.
Who's passionate for these people being successful.
They lucky, man. They got Shawn is lucky. He got Will Cruz, man. Listen, man. He's one of them. Shawn got one with him. Shawn got one. Like, he had a great match in 2024 with Joe Hendry and a few other folks.
I wasn't familiar with him. I had to go back and get familiar, and I was upset with myself that I didn't know who he was. For him to be his size and he's able to do the things that he's doing.
I thought he was AEW bound. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was like, oh, when his contract, because AEW, his company, a couple of the AEW wrestlers been wrestling over there and doing indie matches and stuff. So I was like, all right, maybe it's a chance. Because he's very athletic. He's
a big guy.
He's like what they want Otis to be. I can't explain it, but he's dope, man. And his character, man.
I didn't see Otis. You know who I thought of?
Who?
You know who I thought might get his walking papers when I saw him?
Who?
Kevin Owens.
Oh, hell no. Hell. Listen, the one thing they don't want is Kevin Owens going back to Kevin Steen, because you do that, you're going to lose Sammy. Sammy is not re-upping. I can guarantee you. And then we'll really get El Generico back.
Hey,
We'll really get El Generico back.
and that's fine. Like I think he needs something different from Sammy anyway. Sammy's been boring to me for years. I've been on here saying
But,
Sammy's been
but do you
boring.
understand why, right? It's what I always
Not,
say. He doesn't come from that style. So he comes from the Young Bucks, and after a while of doing that cosplaying wrestling style, you get tired and
yeah, but
complacent.
you know why I say
You get complacent.
you know why I say Kevin Owens, because he's bigger than KO, but
Oh yeah,
seeing some of his matches before, it kind of fits the type of vibe that KO was on.
yeah.
It's just like I could see with
I
Kevin
think
Owens
that's
having
what
his
you.
next thing, and we don't know if he's gonna wrestle again. Roman Reigns
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like a replacement of The Rock, if you ask me. We need that
Yeah,
person who just has that aura. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Who just has that aura. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he's on The Rock's level, even though I don't feel as though he's far off, but
Mm-hmm.
that aura of professional wrestling. I just see somebody. I see him coming in and just like, well, we don't know what we're gonna get from Kevin Owens, so we're gonna groom the next Kevin Owens, right? We're gonna put him in there. I hate to say it, Javon Evans,
Yeah,
kind of like a replacement to me for Kofi Kingston.
yeah,
Right? I'm
yeah.
not like we
Mm-hmm.
don't need like. Unfortunately, instead of creating a universe where we have multiple versions of things, that's not how they operate. We just need one, right?
Yeah,
Kofi
yeah.
Kingston, he's older. We had you for X amount of many years. Javon Evans, he's hot. People love him. We're gonna get bouncy. We don't need you to be that anymore, because now we got Javon, who's
Yeah,
out here younger, who can do what you do and possibly do certain things better.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I can definitely see him being a replacement for Kevin Owens, being at the fact of we don't know if Kevin Owens is gonna wrestle and when he's gonna wrestle again. You
You
know,
know what other thing I noticed too?
Odyssey Jones was supposed to be the replacement for Big E, but we
I'm
saw how that played out.
if WWE is lucky to be around in another 20 years, I've said it on this pod. It's gonna be a tough time coming up with legends to come back how they had with a Goldberg and stuff, because they went away from that format to having the same 4 or 5 people in the main event scene and all of that,
No,
because you're not building up your talents. You're not building them up. You're really, instead of like having faith in your talent, you're like, oh man, all right, the ticket sales not doing what they do. Instead of let's work on this creative real quick and not be lazy.
yeah, they're gonna call Roman.
Let's call this old head in
Let's call Roman.
and
Let's call Cody. Let's call Jay Uso. Let's call Randy Orton. Let's call, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's
so
call
yeah,
Rhea Ripley,
in 20 years
Bianca
you're not gonna
Belair.
have
Yeah.
you ain't gonna really have that, because a lot of people they done wasted their careers. Like when they like Ricochet caught flack in the beginning when he said that it's a legacy killer. But I've been saying this because I'm an observer. You see it since the ECW ECW was trickling in. If WWE didn't build you themselves, we seen it with Dusty. We seen it with a bunch of people. If they didn't build you themselves, they don't care. So with Dusty, he was already a legend when he came in. What they do? Vince tried to give him polka dots and sapphire, and he made it work. A lot of these dudes, that's what they doing too. And we seen it with the releases. They released the JC Mateo. They released guys that they
Well,
didn't
my
want to
boy
see
had
go to AEW.
he had 4 singles matches, bro. 4 fucking singles matches, and they released
They was
4.
just trying to keep them away from AEW, because if I know for a fact, if they're a business, they're a corporate business, they're watching them closely. They see when everything started to spike and get better. And it was around the time when they were signing all these free agents. And
Well, you're gonna have a problem now because these guys are going back to the Indies, and if I was Dexter Loomis, Joe Gacy, Kari Sane, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, JC Mateo, Tongalo, I have the biggest fire in the pit of my stomach.
Kari
Right
is never
now,
coming back. She's never coming
who
back. Kari Sane.
I
She
don't think
left when she left the first time. She was the first. She is the first IWGP Women's Champion. They didn't have women wrestlers until then. She's the very first. She gave that up to come back here to act like she's scared of Oscar. She's never going back.
I don't want her to.
No.
I don't want her to. I want you to kill New Japan. I want you to kill Stardom. I want you to pop up AEW from time to time. I want
No.
you to just travel and put on amazing wrestling matches.
You got
I don't want you
Marigold,
back
you got Joshi Pro Wrestling. It's so many things over there.
I don't want you. I don't want you back at WWE.
And
But
I
I'm
tell
gonna
people
tell you,
in America, WWE is the biggest. But you have the world. You have New Japan. You have these other companies that have just as much prestige, just as much history, and are just as big, if not bigger. That's why I tell people,
with all due
like for
respect,
instance,
WWE,
Will
you're not the
Ospreay,
biggest promotion.
Will
The
Ospreay
biggest
Dream
promotion
wasn't
is
making. It
the
wasn't the
biggest
bigger than
promotion is New
WWE.
Japan.
Yeah, it was
New Japan is the best wrestling promotion ever. Like WWE is cool, but as far as talent and just everything,
yeah,
is New Japan.
yeah.
Respect to the Four Horsemen, respect to NWO, respect to D Generation X. The greatest group, the greatest faction ever created was created by somebody named that y'all know as Finn Balor.
But we know
To this
as
day,
Prince Devitt.
the greatest faction ever that still is alive and well today.
Hey,
in
Carl,
New
Carl,
Japan and other companies. Like
we got to throw Carl
no.
Allen. We got to throw Carl Anderson, Gallows, and
Yeah.
Tama Tonga is one of the
Tama Tonga.
originators too.
Yeah.
So he's on the first wave. So him and Bad Luck Fale.
But the thought of the Bullet Club came from it was Finn.
It was Finn. Yeah.
Finn. Like these are the guys who, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't erase. You could try to erase what they did, but for the people that know and love professional wrestling, we fucking know.
Yeah.
Right. You could try to make it cute with the club and AJ Styles and Carla. No, that's not it. Like, stop playing in our face.
And it was a relationship there when Inoki was alive, but his relationship, because he started New Japan, but his relationship with Vince. So once, like, WWE used to send wrestlers to Japan, you know what I'm saying? So we used to see that. But again, somewhere along the line, I tell people this: when they went public, that's when everything changed. When they went public and started calling themselves sports entertainment, it became more of a monopoly, self-included cosm, and that's not good for pro wrestling. You know what I mean? And again, it causes a split. You know what I mean? So you got people like me who are always on defense of all other. Like, I don't just defend AEW; I defend all other companies, because I defend any company who puts wrestling first and doesn't I get tired of watching people little bro these companies that are actually putting in the work. But because WWE is putting all the effort into the glitz and the glam and stuff, everybody assumes that they still being the biggest isn't the best. I tell people all the time. Let me give everybody an example. In 1990, MC Hammer was the biggest selling artist on the planet, biggest selling rapper. But Ice Cube's best work also came out in 1990. Are we saying MC Hammer is a better rapper than Ice Cube because he had a bigger year? No. So we got to stop with this whole narrative that AEW is just a small time. No, they're playing to their strength.
They have too much. They have too much financial backing to be a small time too,
and they're growing organically. That's the other thing. I've been saying since day one, they're the indies representation on the big stage. If you have never gone to an indie show, you can never really fully appreciate AEW.
Yeah.
And until then, like, if you don't have nothing nice to say, I think just shut up. And I say that because wrestlers have jobs they're eating, and you wanting another promotion to close so WWE can be the end all be all. It's nuts.
That doesn't make good. Like, that doesn't make good. Like, I think that's a big problem. While WWE is lazy too, because you had no competition for so many years. Right?
Yeah,
You were the only thing. If you wanted to watch wrestling, unless you knew to go to YouTube and you had these links to go watch this other stuff. If you just going based on what comes on your TV, you had TNA for a minute, but that kind of they fucked themselves. Shout out to what's her name, Dixie Carter, whatever.
Oh
Shout out to
man,
her for screwing them over.
we gotta talk about that one day too. Dixie, who's worse,
Facts.
Dixie Carter or Silver? Silver stopped the
Dixie.
wrestlers from eating.
You know what it is? I say Dixie Carter because she actually had something that could have competed with WWE. It might have not had as much. It might have not had the pyro and the big arenas. You might have not had, the big stages for WrestleMania. But as far as wrestling, you had AJ Styles, right? You had Samoa Joe. You had Suicide. You
The
had
main event mafia.
Main Event Mafia. Like you had things that you had Jeff Hardy, even though that probably wasn't the best version of Jeff Hardy.
Some of Booker's best work. Some of Booker's best work. I still like my favorite Booker outside of the Harlem Heat is always going to be his feud with Stone Cold. But outside of that, his TNA work might be top tier.
No, it's up there.
Oh yeah.
You had Kurt Angle. Like it's just like you had so much talent. You had Abyss, right? Like you had a lot, but it's just like
X Division is one of the best divisions in the history of pro wrestling.
And I think you fumble for ego and arrogance.
Yeah.
Right. Ego and arrogance will be the death of the company. Play attention, Triple H, to these words. Right. Ego and arrogance will be the death of a company. Like nobody's bigger than the program. And even though you might be a big part of the program, WCW moved down and wrestling moved on.
Yeah.
ECW moved down. Closed down and wrestling moved on. God forbid if WWE was to, not be here anymore, wrestling will move on. Like wrestling doesn't stop because this is like we had territories before we had, this monopoly of wrestling. Wrestling will move on.
And territories, you didn't always have to lose your last home match. That's a WWE tradition they started. That's what I tell people all the time.
It's wrestling will move on. Like, don't ever get it twisted. Like, you are not the business of professional wrestling. You are just a big part of the business of professional wrestling.
Hey, check. I got a perfect analogy. You know how the music business. I've been on a campaign for a long time with rap music. Rap was better when it was regional. When you had the East, you had the West, you had the South, the Midwest.
Yeah, you had organic sounds.
Everybody had their own sound, their own movement. So when they would come together on a posse cut or whatever, it was special. Like when Bone and Biggie came together, it was special. Now, with wrestling, it's the same thing. Like, it was better when it was territories and you had other. So basically, AEW is operating the way they did pre-WWE, pre-Vince McMahon Sr. Even Vince McMahon Sr. still acknowledged territory. It's Junior that came in to make it the global force that we know what it is. And you started cleaning out territory. You started cleaning out Jerry Lawler in Memphis, and you cleaned out all their talent and shutting down those promotions and everything. That was bad for wrestling because we had the Attitude Era, but let's think about it. Outside of the Attitude Era, it was pretty quiet. It was still like, we can't let nobody know we was wrestling fans. It wasn't still out there. Like in the 80s, it was huge, but it died down in the 80s. In the 90s, it was kind of like, I'm embarrassed to be a wrestling fan. It was kind of like when it was a time where people were embarrassed to say that. Yeah, it was a time when people were embarrassed to say they were rappers. Right. I remember that whole phase. Oh, I'm not a rapper. I'm a gangster. I just rap. Or I'm a hustler. I just rap. So it's the same thing. It's like why wouldn't you want all these companies to thrive? Why would you just throw your support behind one company and the company you throw it behind tells you every chance they get, we don't give a shit about you. They tell you ain't shit. Don't touch me. No, I'm not doing this unless it's $900. I'm not taking a picture or autograph unless you got $900 for me. Like, I'm starting to think the people that, in the way my brain works, according with the music business, the people that appear at Fanatic Fest, they might have signed the 360 deal or the TKO, because not every wrestler in WWE appears at Fanatics Fest. That's another thing that I think about too. Maybe the people that appear there, they drunk the Kool-Aid and took the deal to appear there. Who knows? But it's a lot of similarities. And right now, in today's day and age, rap music is hurting. It's not on the charts like that. And it's because they were selfish. And it's the same thing with wrestling. Y'all gonna selfish yourselves out. It's like you're gonna squeeze all the juice out the lemon until there's nothing left. And then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like
they'll become AEW fans. At the end of the day, the fan, and I hate to say it, like wrestling fans are fickle.
Very
right?
fickle.
Like wrestling fans are fickle. You had the loyal WCW fans. I'm not watching that, and you became WWE fans.
Nigga, I watched both. I was back and forth on the dial. We was back and forth on the dial. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like if WCW on a commercial, let me flip the WWE and see what they got going on. You know
Even back, like, you know, it's funny.
I used to have it on 2 TVs. Yep. I might be in the living room watching WWE, but I'm listening to my room TV and seeing what WCW got going on. And if I hear something going crazy, I'm switching it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's when the last button on cable TV meant everything.
Yeah.
Right. So you can press the last button. Facts. You could just press the last button and just like I come from that professional wrestling. I'm just not can I be a little partial towards WWE? Yes, but at the end of the day, I just was watching Hog, right? You know, I wasn't able to make their event in when they, WrestleMania weekend, but I'm watching what they're doing, right? Amazing Red and Bandito had an incredible match. Like, I'm watching wrestling that's outside of WWE. Am I biased towards WWE? Yes, because I want y'all to give the people what they deserve and what they want. And I feel as though you have the talent to put forth some really good matches, but you're just lazy with it. But do I like AEW? Yes, I've been on record of saying I love fucking Okada, right? I love Kyle Fletcher, right? I love Will Ospreay. I love Swerve. I love guys over there. I don't want to see them fail because you know what? John Moxley wouldn't work in WWE. He wouldn't work. Like I certain style of wrestlers should be good for certain promotion. You know what I'm saying? If you put Kenny Omega, if you put Hangman Adam Page in WWE, you will make him a fucking mid-card wrestler. He is not a mid-card wrestler. I love him for where he's at. I want all wrestling to thrive, but I want good wrestling from across the board. That's all I want.
But that's my thing. So, for instance, High-End and Maya World, they were their what you call the talent. They was just there to lose. But the other girl,
like enhanced talent.
And there we go. They were enhancement talent. They were just. I don't even think they was on the card that night. But the two other girls, Tegan Knox and then the other girl, they didn't want to lose, mind you, y'all. And so they walked out and blew an opportunity. High-End and Maya World came in. They took the L's that they have to earn themselves a contract. Like we've seen since the beginning of AEW, them take people you've never heard of and build stars. We got Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. They were enhancement talent during the pandemic. Carly Bravo, Sean Dean, enhancement talent during the pandemic. Now they're STP Tag Team Champions. AR Fox trained a lot of the regular AEW thing, but he still came
WWE talent. Shout out to Austin Theory.
Yeah,
right? Austin Theory wouldn't be Austin Theory if it wasn't for AR Fox.
You can see his moveset. It's a lot of moves that I've seen AR Fox does, and Theory's moveset. Even Hobbs, he was enhancement talent during the pandemic. I gotta shout out Baron Black. A lot of the wrestlers he signed. I don't know if he still is because he blew his knee out real bad. He might not even wrestle again. But during the pandemic he was signed to AEW. He was throwing his own shows down here in wrestling. Shout out to Battle Slam. A lot of Bishop Khan. All of those wrestlers were in Georgia during the pandemic and ended up Jacksonville's 3 hours away. Daily's place is nothing to get to it. So because to see them build them stars, I know it's possible. So when you have a bigger machine, Uh-huh.
They built one of the. They probably built, and I'm gonna go on record of saying this. When that young man is all said and done,
Yeah.
he will be a top 3 wrestler, greatest wrestler of all times. MJF, nobody really knew who he was before AEW.
Unless you watched MLW, you had no idea. Him and his tag team
Nobody knew,
partner,
nobody knew who they were.
Richard, is it Richard Day? I can't remember. But
Yeah,
yeah,
who
man.
MJF was. You know what I'm saying? You've built stars. I hate to say it, Swerve. Was Swerve a part of WWE? Yeah, but Swerve would have never been Swerve in AEW and WWE.
He would have
Right?
got featured endeavored.
Yeah, like you would. He did get future endeavored. Like he did. Like not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
That's how he ended up in AEW. Like that's exactly what happened. Right. So it's just like I respect it. I respect the wrestling business. I am a fan of the wrestling business. I will go to an AEW show. I will go to a WWE show. I will go to an indie show. I like one of my goals and dreams is to go to New Japan to sit through a wrestling kingdom. I can't wait to be able to experience that. You know why? Because I am a fan of professional wrestling. I think people need to stop dividing professional wrestling and just want professional wrestling from across the board.
Yeah.
I don't want Jelly Roll in my WrestleMania main event.
No.
But you know what I did like? I love the fact how they use Little Yachty. Right? I think how
they use him great.
Like Little Yachty is great. I don't want to see. I can understand having former football players and basketball players in a wrestling ring. I liked when Floyd Mayweather did something with Big Show. It was interesting because you're an athlete. I don't want Jelly Roll. I want you to do my interest music.
Yeah.
I don't want you taking bumps. You know what I'm saying? No, get the fuck out of here. I don't
Listen,
want
this is not a comparison thing, but when I look at how AEW deals with celebrities, for instance, how they use Kevin Knight, not Kevin Knight, Kevin Gates.
Yeah,
he wasn't in the main event scene. It was with Tony Nese. Tony Nese in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a segment. Even when
Shaq and Jay Gargill.
That's what I was about to say. Like
that was our very first match. That was our first match.
It makes
and
sense.
I like how he disappeared in the ambulance. That's pro wrestling. They put him in the ambulance, opened the door, he was gone. I love that. It was perfect. He didn't take up any main event time. He didn't. He was on. If AEW fans, we know Cody Allen. He was a part of Cody Allen, so he didn't get to take up anything. You know what I'm saying? So, who I would like to see in AEW ring, and it's because I've been following his journey. More Paul Walter. More Paul Walter House. If you go with celebrities, he's taking his wife and kids, driving across country doing indie shows, in between doing movies. Yeah. He's dedicated. He's killing it in MLW.
Yeah, MLW I still want to see Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh no. For me, it's always with AEW, with certain people, it's a double-edged sword. So not in a bad way. So if we get into Shinsuke back in AEW, we're going to see him in New Japan again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want.
This is like
I want to see Shinsuke Nakamura do what Shinsuke Nakamura does.
Yes.
Again, a wrestler on your roster, if you just let him go, top 5 wrestler on your roster.
He was Cody of New Japan before he went to the AEW. WWE. And then then Okada took over as that face. Because AJ and Shinsuke left. They left months apart. AJ left first. He was in the Rumble, and then Shinsuke came right after.
And so Shinsuke Nakamura in NXT was absolutely amazing. I think Shinsuke is one of the first people.
Best entrance, one of the best entrances ever.
Not just entrances, just
I'm talking about NXT Brooklyn. NXT Brooklyn. That particular show was that crowd was telling you all you need to know about Shinsuke.
And then you allow him to win a Royal Rumble and you look good on the loss. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's one of the few people. I think he's one of the few people. It hasn't been many people who've won the Royal Rumble. It don't win the title.
See, when you again, it goes back to if they didn't make you. So if they didn't make you, they'll give you a couple slices of the cake, but they're not gonna give you the whole cake. They're not gonna put everything behind you. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
I know we touched on it earlier about Roman Reigns and this whole I'm gonna be here all summer, now multiple dates in June.
yeah.
From advertisement. I just think the timing of everything is kind of weird. So what do you think about that? Is it I just need rest, or is it I'm not liking how y'all moving and how y'all doing people on this roster and you
I
strike it?
I think it was. I think it with him saying that was part of his script, and because he has the same. Unless he signed a new contract, it's the same
Well,
contract
he
with
did
the.
sign a new contract. He signed a new
Oh, he
contract
did.
for WrestleMania weekend.
Okay,
Like
okay.
it was just reported not too long ago that he has a new 3 or 4 year deal. I believe 4 years.
Oh, so yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Again, with this case, I guess I want to have a little bit of hope. Maybe he's taking June off because he's going to go on a run through July, August, and all of that. But if you said you're going to be there, you need to be there. You know what I'm saying? But I think with him, a lot of his appearances are going to be he's going to be there in spirit. We'll get like a lot of video packages more than anything, backstage footage. So he could film 3 or 4 backstage scenes a night, and he comes from one episode. They could do 3 or 4 different ones because they do the storylines ahead of time. So
Yeah.
it's tough, man.
Do
Like
you think it
again,
has? Do you think it has
no,
anything to do with the locker room conflict and maybe wrestlers being released and things like that? Because it's also being reported that the locker room is really not happy with everything
I
that's going on.
I think the locker room isn't happy with everything that's going on with TKO, but again, they're still professional and under contract and still have to perform. Um, and it might not be a home for them if they do decide to leave because TK is not going to take every WWE reject. He said that already. Um, so I mean, and then signing with TNA is kind of useless right now because they're in a partnership with them. So you're gonna take less money and make less money, and probably still end up working with them some form of fashion after they let you go or whatever. So that's why I didn't understand Cedric signing with them. I didn't like Cedric. Why would you sign with TNA if they have the partnership? Are you hoping to get back in there to do the same thing you was doing? Like
But I
what?
think that some guy, I think that some guys, that's what they want. Like they want to make it in WWE,
And
right?
you're
So
not. Yeah, like they have a sitcom format. I've been saying it for years. 4 main characters, and everybody else is there is either an NPC or there to make the good supporting cast. And they run with a fun. It works for them because it gets the fans hyped. Uh, I think they're creative and everything they're doing is coming from analytics. So every time the fans sing yeet, it go crazy. They take that as a sign that they don't need to change nothing. They every time they
I hate it. I
and
hate it.
yeah, and that's the
I
problem.
hate it.
I think Tony Khan pays attention to social media. He doesn't see. He doesn't. He might. Let's say he might not agree with the internet wrestling community, but he doesn't disrespect them every chance he gets. Like
Right.
you understand what I'm saying? He doesn't.
He respects the
He
fans across the board
he
in their
acknowledges them.
opinion. Yeah.
And for me, in real life, I don't stay nowhere where I'm not wanted. Like I don't put up with nothing just because it's the biggest. Like I don't care how big you are. If you're not giving me my money's worth, I can give a shit. Like I don't care. I don't care about celebrities. I don't care about the Slim Jim Mac. Logan Paul said the Mac make it harder to work with the logos on it. They still ain't gonna change it. They added more logos. Like you don't understand.
Mm.
It don't make sense. It is simple. Anything in life, if you do it for the love, the money will follow. If you put wrestling first, the money is there. Like if you think about in the history of people, so it's only WWE where we don't think about the best matches. We think about the best moments. But when you think about NWA in the 70s, you think about the match series between Flair and Dusty. Matches are important.
Mhm.
They're important. No matter how much you try to skate out of it, I don't.
Matches make money.
Yeah, just seeing Cody in the suit every week, that's aggravating. Especially when you got MJF wrestling every week, doing 2 or 3 shows on the Indies, and then coming to TV on Dynamite and Collision. They're working. I don't care about you giving me a 20-minute promo. I don't care about your aura. I don't care about how cool you look. I care about when that bell starts. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? And a lot of them, it'll be a good match, and then here we go with I call it the Tyler Perry twist. The movie be good, then you had that twist, and here come the interference. Here come the interference. Why?
Yeah, you said the Tyler Perry twist. That's fucking hilarious.
Think about all his movies, it'd be good, and then it'd be that one dumb twist that ruined the whole movie towards the end.
Yeah.
The best example of that, people watching, he has a movie called Temptation with Brandy. The movie was good, then you turn out the twist that Brandy got HIV and she got it from the dude. It's like a dumb soap opera. It was a great movie until the twist. It's frustrating. I know wrestlers. I talk to wrestlers. I see the passion. I have one wrestler. He shall remain nameless. He asked me for a little bit of change to help get him to an indie show. Like, and he had been signed to a big company that had let him go. I won't reveal it. I'll tell you off air who it is. But his passion, like he was working a regular job at a fast food place down here. After he was signed to the big company and let go. But he was still trying to get out to it, and he's still trying to get to it. So I'm one of his biggest supporters. So I support anybody who has passion, who isn't just bigger than the program. Like that's what I said. Spend less time doing cricket commercials and Slim Jump commercials, and more time at the performance center practicing. It's not hard, man. If you really love your craft, do it. I can tell who's doing it for the money. Like it feels like certain people are just there because they have to be there. Bailey feels like that. Gargano feels like that. It's certain people, it's like
their passion is gone for it.
You can see it. Like you can see that. It's like, oh man. You can see when Jay's not into it. I can see it. Like I can see it with my eyes. Like when something's off. And you can tell that these people aren't happy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Prophets for finally coming back. They're gonna work up a storyline about why they was going or whatever. But as long as they're
y'all
back,
both was having babies, boy. Y'all both was having babies.
I'm just happy they're back. But yeah, man, they have a lot of stuff to work on. I don't think they do releases every year, but these releases for some reason didn't make sense.
These hit a little bit different with certain names.
So let's talk about real quick the main ones and what we think they'll end up going. All right, so we'll start with the whole YS6.
I don't see Uncle Howdy wrestling. I think Eric Rowan, I think he chills. I could see Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis doing something together. I would like to see them in MLW.
Yeah. I did see that a trademark has been filed for her former name, which was Nikki Storm on the Indies. I did see a trademark file for that, so we will be getting Nikki Storm again. Listen, I wouldn't be mad if she ended up in AEW, Battle with the Storms.
Not right away. I don't want to see it right away. Maybe eventually. But maybe like a CMLL, MLW. Like I just think you need to go somewhere and just kind of like grit your teeth for a little bit.
I want her to come in with her husband. Wherever she go with her husband. Big Damu. Let's go. Let her and Big Damu go out there and do some damage together. Let's go. WWE did not appreciate him at all when they had him. He was a main roster star in NXT, but he was in NXT UK, NXT. for some reason they couldn't translate him. He's been killing it on the indies ever
You
since he
didn't
got
have.
released.
I think that's the problem. You didn't have to. You just had to let him wrestle.
That's
Just
it.
let him wrestle.
He was a big guy. He could do cartwheels, flips, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
You see what he did in War Games.
yeah. Speaking of which, I wanted War Raiders going too. I'm not even gonna hold you. I've been dying to see them back in New Japan. Oh my gosh. Like they're another team that's just like wasting away that we forgot about. But anyway.
I mean, they're doing something with AAA, and it's not bad. Like it's not bad, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. They're gonna make me mad. Eric and Ivar, get them names out of here, man. To go back to War Raiders, man, back in New Japan, man. Like when y'all was killers, when y'all were multi-time IWGP tag champs, yo. I remember the legacy, yo. I didn't forget. But yeah, so I definitely see Nikki Cross hitting. I see all of them hitting the indies. Except Howdy. Redbeard, I can see him signing with AEW because they call him Redbeard in AEW. That's just his name over there.
Yeah, Eric Redbeard. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's made multiple appearances. You know, rest in peace, Brody. We love you. Yeah, man, I can see him showing up with Brody Lee Jr. Brody Jr. On some doing the skit.
I'm not gonna hold you. I am a big fan of Brody Jr. I've talked about it. And I've mentioned him mad times. I like what that young man is doing. And when he hit 18, boy, oh boy, dog.
Yep. And he reminds me like a female. I call it like a female Page, like a male Page. How she came up, wrestling and overseas in the UK when she was a kid. So, him, Nick Wayne. It's a lot of these young like Nick Wayne, man. He's another one, bro. But I can't wait to see him in the G1, not G1, the Super Juniors over there.
Yeah.
Woo! It's so many dope wrestlers. But yeah, I can see Nikki Cross with her husband on the indies. They're gonna have some confrontations with probably Killer Cross and Scarlett, a few other people.
I don't want that. You know who I want? I want Zelina and Alice to do things with Killer Cross and Scarlett. I think to me that just
they could be trying to outdo each other. That would be until they meet up. That would be fire. So they both kind of like making fun of how WWE stole Killer Cross's gimmick and gave it to Zelina and Alistair. But on the indies, on different promotions, seeing who's doing it the best, but using social media to carry it. And so when they do meet up, oh my God, that is dope. That is dope.
It'd be crazy.
But then Zelina, again, she's another one with the streaming and video games, and her and Xavier, it's the money is there. It's there. I hope so, bro. I wouldn't mind if Tony gave Leo Rush a faction and Redbeard and maybe Gacy or somebody else was in it. Because Leo Rush is my favorite wrestler right now. Number one. Number 1A, Oba is 1B. He don't need a belt. That gimmick has been brewing the last 3 years. Shout out to everybody who's been following Blackheart. And what it's turning into, crazy. The best character work since Bray, since Swamp Family Bray.
Yeah, I don't think the character's fully evolved.
No.
Like, I don't think we got the best version of that character. So yeah,
look at the eyes. Just watch.
Shout to Leo Rush in general. Yeah, shout to Leo Rush in general.
Every time he appears, y'all watch his eyes. Yep. But I can see him getting a faction, maybe some of the Wyatt people. I can see Uncle Howdy, lifer. So I can see him sitting home raising his kids. Maybe
even if you going back to that, even if you release the whole YS6, you should have kept Uncle Howdy, even if you just have periodic segments of him just trying to connect with Bray, or just doing something to keep that legacy and that name alive. Like I feel as though you brought them in there to
release them all to slap the Bray.
Yeah, I think you just milked him for the documentary and to suck up the last little bit of what you could profit off of Bray, and then it's just like, oh, we don't need you anymore, and just goodbye. I don't like that. And Bray being one, Bray is probably one of my personal favorite top 10 wrestlers of all time. He jumps in and out of that top five. There's been times when he's been number one, but the character of Bray Wyatt is I absolutely love, and I miss him all the time when I watch wrestling. Just to see,
Yeah.
the product of what they putting on and just how creative and how much of a genius Bray was. It's sad to see him gone so soon.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like him and Brody. Like every time I think
Yeah.
about the two of them, I just think about everybody else
You
that was
can't to
involved
me,
with
I
them.
can't think
And
about one without thinking about the other. Like if I think
yeah,
about one,
yeah,
I think about I'm saying it's just they go hand in hand to me. So
yeah.
yeah, man.
I
RP to both of those
it's
guys.
I'm not so I'm knowledgeable on Gacy, but I'm not the biggest as far as knowledgeable as far as he goes. I can see him fitting in with the Righteous. I don't know if he was ever with them. Um
I would
and
like that actually.
they're in TNA, so I can see him fitting in with them. But Loomis, I can see him in AEW,
But
and I want him to do that stalking thing.
no,
I really,
I think he's gonna go to TNA too, because if you saw India cut his hair, I guess they're
yeah,
teasing maybe doing something too. So I definitely think that I do like Joe Gacy with the Righteous, and I do like just letting Dexter Loomis be Dexter Loomis.
yeah,
And you know what I'm saying? So I think TNA will be a good it would be a good fit for them.
yeah. Now Dexter Loomis, I like his storyline he had with what was that Gargano when he was it who was he stalking?
Gargano,
And he was mad. He was dating
India.
India.
Hmm?
I would like to see something come from that because that should have taken off on the main roster. That Gargano family thing. But again, they dropped the ball with that. Who else we had? We saw MCMG go. I wouldn't
AEW.
be. I see AEW. I don't see them going to TNA. TNA is still too close to WWE, and it don't make sense for them to go back. Um,
I
and
don't think he's
again,
gonna put forth the best match. I don't. There's no. Don't get me wrong. Not taking away nothing away from the Hardys and things like that, but I don't think there's enough great tag teams in TNA to say I'm gonna go out there and I think now let's put on classics. Like I think
mhm,
you go to AEW to put on those classics. It's just like just so many great tag teams out there in AEW.
yeah,
Go there and kill it.
yeah. You know. Again, this is just the way my brain works as a fan. I would like to see all of these people make their if they make their appearance in when is Forbidden Door,
I'm not sure. Let's quick Google
huh?
search.
Because like no announcement that he signed or nothing. Because AEW is good at that. They release what they want to the dirt sheets. That's what I do know, and especially ever since
June
CM Punk.
28th.
Oh no, so a lot of them are still being. So
June
we'll probably
28th in
if we get anything, a lot of appearances will be by All In London.
Wembley.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm about to say I would have liked to be like make them surprise. Like let's say you had a 4-way tag team match. There's 3 tag teams. Um, the last will be you'll be hinting at other tag teams possibly joining in, but then it'll be MCMG without
No,
notice.
no,
Or
you know what I want? Give me a 4-way tag team match where every tag team is a mystery. You don't know who's about to wrestle.
bro, oh my
You don't
gosh.
know who's about to wrestle. You don't know who's about to come out. And give me the Young Bucks. Then, you know what I mean? I think
And I want the lesser known team to win that match to boost their. So let's say it's the Bucks. They issue a challenge, and you have the New Day, MCMG, uh, and whoever else.
Bullet
Whoever's the
Club
least.
Gold, whatever.
There we go.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy. And again, the one thing I'll give WWE props for is their relationships. Their they have relationships with all the right people. So you have relationships with ESPN. You have relationships with to make your product look more legit. But we're also seeing more and more commentators and athletes that has turned sports commentators and athletes in general not feeling the ESPN coverage of WWE. So
I don't like it either.
we have to remember that because it's not a real sport. So you can't put it on a sports show, but don't invest in the actual sport of it, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So it's like these real athletes are getting less screen time to cover. Like it was a lot of complaints from
Bro, I
well-known
don't want
athletes.
wrestling. I don't want wrestling to be in the same category as NBA, NFL.
No,
Wrestling is its own entity, which is professional wrestling. Let's keep it that way. I
yeah,
don't need. I don't need. I don't need. I don't need it on
no,
ESPN. I don't. I think it was perfect on Peacock. I think you cheated and robbed the fans, removing everything from Peacock.
yeah,
Then you moved it to Netflix, and I don't even have the same fucking catalog of stuff that I have on Netflix on Peacock. That documentaries are missing. Pay
yeah,
per views. ECW is not up there. All the WCW stuff is not up there. The territory stuff is not up there. It's just like, bro,
yeah.
you're
Just the
pissing me off.
PLE, just the main PLEs,
I
and
can't. I don't want to pay $40 a month for your fucking pay per views. That's mid.
no, no, and like again, the way we keep going back to WWTKO, but when free agency comes around, a lot of people not resigning. You, the people that resign, I notice, is mostly for their families. It's mostly because they're situated where they are. It's a business decision, more or less. But the people that left, man, the passion, like Ricochet,
And not only
he,
that,
he
the WWE, they're not to cut you off. I'm sorry. Their
no, go ahead.
scheduling is different, right? If unless you're one of those people that has to do the commercials, you're only scheduled to be there Mondays and Fridays.
Yep. And then sometimes they require you to be there and not use you.
Yeah, so I'm just
They'll
there.
have you come just to be there. So, and again, like I tell people, like when they had that little meme about what company was signed to, I was like, it's a no-brainer AEW because of the relationships. I can work Indies, I can work New Japan, I can work other, I can make more money as opposed to me being an independent contractor and you telling me where I can and can't work. That never made sense to me. That never made sense. So you can't fire an independent contractor. You can't. They work for themselves. So it's just like complicated.
Yeah.
Like I do think again, talking to another unnamed wrestler, I think like AEW might be looking at health insurance. Like you understand what I'm saying? For the like it's different, man. It's different, man. When you can make more money, less dates, and
I respect that.
and again, I tell people like, oh, they got all these people, they're not using them. I'm like, Josh Alexander, first of all, his leg is fucked up, but he was the Maple Leaf Pro champion in Canada for over a year. Like these people have their own companies, they have their own schools, their own things going on outside of wrestling, and to have a boss that just allows you to do it and make changes on the fly. Like Samoa Joe, every time we see him missing, he's going to do some voiceover work or some acting work. He wouldn't be able to do that in the other companies. So it's like I appreciate that. And Samoa Joe's back. He about to get the option order because they've been floundering without him. I don't know what Hook been
Who
doing.
didn't they just Anthony Bowens just joined the ops?
Yeah, I think that's going to lead to an Acclaim reunion. Who is one of their most over tag teams out there? Because they already made
Yeah.
up, but they haven't. I think Max Caster might be hurt because we haven't seen him, and I don't think he's leaving or anything. I think he might be hurt, but I like it. What I would like is somebody to dress Anthony Bowens because his idea of dressing of what a tough guy looks like, it's not working for me with the bubble coat on in his May. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So
crazy. That's funny.
you ever watch a movie like Family Matters or
Oh
something, and
shit.
they got
Yeah.
the TV thugs? It's like, oh man, who picked these thugs out for these? What?
Thanks.
It kind of don't fit in. I love Shibata. Oh, the way you feel about Okada, I feel about Shibata. So I'm a big Shibata fan. I'm a big Samoa Joe fan. I love Hook. It's just that when everybody was out, Shibata was injured. Hook by himself, no, it wasn't working for me. Him looking for new members to join the ops, that wasn't working. But them together, I really like them as a unit. Um, shoot, any of the new releases you can see joining the ops?
No.
No, no. Maybe like a Malik Blade from NXT that got released. Like one like he kind of like he
I
a
want
tough
you to
guy.
build. I want, especially for the NXT releases, go on an indie run, build your
Mhm.
character, build your in-ring performance, and then figure it
Yeah,
out from there. Right?
I'm with you on that.
Don't go trying to do anything major so quick. You're gonna make your money. Just killer indies from any show that you're able to get on
Hmm.
in the states, outside of the states. Build your character, figure out who you want to be as a wrestler, not who WWE told you you had to be. Figure out who you are in your character, and then go from there. I don't want
I
you
would
to join no
advise
factions and any of that shit. Just do you.
all release talent that aren't veterans that are from the developmentals that they released. Just go
Fact.
ahead and watch any post WWE John Moxley interview, anything he's talking about, and study that as a way to get more into the indies. And because they were trying to Vince was trying to tell him, they were trying to tell him who he was. You know what I mean? He was telling him now that this is because he was Mox, but that's the thing, he was Mox before he became Dean Ambrose.
Dean Rebels, yeah.
So again, he's another one that they couldn't work because they didn't build him up.
Understand them. You
Yeah.
don't understand them. Like you don't like the Death Riders in WWE would definitely not work. It
No,
wouldn't work. You know what I'm
no.
saying? So it's kind of like you don't understand who he is and all of that because I feel as though you have a lot of people who's just outdated who's making decisions. But shout out to Moxie,
Yeah.
shout out to the Death Riders. Your amazing, fantastic work. I
It
think
would.
we both agree with Kari saying where we want her to go.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
stay in Japan. Do your thing in Japan. Stardom.
I wouldn't mind her
Pop
staying
up
in
in the
Japan,
AEW.
and that's it. Just pop
Yeah,
up
pop
every
up
once in a
yeah,
while.
yeah, pop up at AEW, Forbidden Doors, and things like that, and keep it pushing.
Because
But
if you, I don't know if you noticed, the Japanese women that's in AEW, that's what they pretty much do. Rio, Emi Sakura,
yeah,
they're over in Japan, but they come over here and do a run and then go back over
yeah,
there.
they
So,
kill shit. Yeah, so yeah, who else is
and
major?
mind you, they're all super over. Emi Sakura was the
Mhm.
queen of dark elevation and rampage, but she was super over. But a lot of people don't know if you just see her losing a lot. She is a legend in Japan. She is a trainer and a teacher. She taught a lot of the women on from Japan on that roster. So she's kind of like an AR Fox of Japan. So
Facts.
there's a lot of moving parts that make sense. We got Kyrie. Who else we got?
New Day.
Apollo Crew. I don't want to talk about them yet. What about Apollo? Does he go back to Uha Nation?
Um,
Or does it keep the name or a variance of the name? I want to go back to Uha Nation. I wouldn't
I
mind
feel
it.
as though I think since Apollo, I think since he's been so underutilized for so many years, you kind of have to reinvent yourself
Yeah,
before you just come back and just jump in. You kind of got to go. You kind of got to do with the NXT and below talent has to do. Kind of got to figure yourself out, reinvent yourself a little bit,
yeah,
reintroduce yourself in your sense to who you are and what you can do. Because I don't think many people watch main event. It's not even televised anymore. I think it's just on YouTube.
yeah,
Um, so people are not familiar with who you are. You have to reintroduce yourself to the wrestling business and let them know that this is who I am. This is what I can do before you just jump in and be along for the ride with somebody. You got to build yourself back up. So I would definitely like for him to go out here on the Indies for a little bit. Don't sign anybody. Just do spot dates. I'm here. I'm there. I'm here. I'm there. Until you build yourself in that confidence, I hate to say it, back up that you are that guy. Um,
They had a
they
missed
go,
opportunity too. They had a missed opportunity. They could have had like a really strong African faction, almost Oba,
mhm.
Kofi, and Apollo. That would have been a dope faction.
You
Just
got you got the new nation right there.
yeah, flying the African, and it ain't even no race thing. They just proud
Mhm.
Africans, and they a crew. You know what I mean?
Nah,
It was right there.
do the race thing because MVP is starting to all his claims about Triple H and all of that is really starting to look true. So
I
go into the race
mean,
part. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but
I get it's a storyline, but the thing claims been true with me since Booker T. I'm sorry.
so
I'm a wrestling fan that's not over that. I had no hope in Oba winning at Mania because of that Triple H thing. Like I picked Oba to win, but in the back of my mind, it was like Triple H is going to do something and have Brock go over because it's going to get more heat, and I'm going to be pissed off. It was in the back of my head the whole time.
you know what pissed me off with the
But
open win? You give him the win and now he's doing open challengers. What
don't
does
make
that lead
sense.
to?
Makes no sense. Send him after the belt. But no, they run like a sitcom. You can't take the belt off of Cody or Roman. It MJF just lost to Darby. Like anybody can lose and still be top of the card.
Right.
This isn't a comic book where the superhero, the good guy, always wins or the bigger name. This is life. The big dogs lose sometimes. It happens. It happens. It's okay. They get the roll up pin. Let this is
I hate the fucking
I,
roll up pin,
I
but
get
okay.
it. I get it. But
I hate the roll up pin.
imagine if Javon is in a feud with Roman. Oh, you new kids think you're nothing. And Javon gets the surprise win. How big of a star you make him? It's not gonna hurt
Like
Roman.
in that
It's not gonna hurt Roman.
in that sense, I would allow a roll up pin. I wouldn't want him to win with the OG cutter. I would like for him to win
No.
with like a roll up pin or something like that. And it's just like,
And
yeah,
it makes sense.
similar to what the Undertaker did for Maven.
Yeah. Like everybody tells me, like, but they feature in Javon. Y'all do not understand his ceiling is the mid card. That's his ceiling. They put him in the ceiling. This he almost has no chance of like dethroning a Cody or Roman. And this is based on the history of how they run things. This isn't just me saying shit. It's just me
Your best,
observing in the
yeah.
history.
You're gonna get
So,
an intercontinental title run, maybe a
bro,
US title. They'll throw you in like a weird ass tag team for a little
we got
bit.
we got Kevin Knight jump starting his. He beat Okada. That jump start his run. He's got a match next Wednesday against Darby. Will he win or lose? Who we don't know. It's a chance that he actually might beat Darby and be a double champ for a second. It's really a chance that that can happen. So it's like, as a wrestler, if I really love my craft, there's no way I'm going back to that company and cosplaying as a wrestler just so I can do Cricket Wireless and Slim Jim commercials and have a cool. Because you like again, the entrances are cool. You have to everybody yeet yeet. Pay attention what happens after the bell ring. Look at the crowd then. If the
It's dead.
crowd is dead, so it's like uh, let me get off of that. So, so
Oh,
Tongaloa.
Steph,
Tongaloa is
go back to
the
Japan.
he's the Ray Phoenix of his. First of all, WWE had a tag team and dropped the ball. Gorillas of Destiny,
GOP.
one of the best tag
Yeah,
teams in the world.
GOD.
Tongaloa would have looked less goofy if he would have been able to actually wrestle with his tag team partner, as
Partner.
opposed to just being the run-in man, where he sucked at being the run-in man. He's he was late to assignments. He would miss low blows. Like He's also one of my favorite wrestlers out of pure funniness. Like he's unintentionally funny. Kind of like when Titus O'Neil tripped and went under the ring. That's like Tonga Loa's career.
End of his career. That boy Titus O'Neil, boy.
He became an ambassador right after that.
Yeah, get your ass on TV, never to be seen again. You doing that goofy shit.
He just they just sent him to the inner city schools to talk.
Just talk to the youth about not tripping. But I want to see him back. I want to see him and JC and go to New Japan.
Yeah,
go to New Japan. Go back home.
I wouldn't mind JC and AEW, but I think that I won't say that bridge is burnt. But he had the opportunity to sign, and he chose WWE.
Well, so, I'm not. You know what it is. So did Zelina, but I think with Zelina, she just stopped communicating with Tony. I think Tony is a wrestling fan, and he would respect your decision. I'm not going to blackball you because you choose to go with another company, right?
Yeah,
as long as you communicate with me, then I'm a businessman, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a businessman. So yeah,
I do think there's a few exceptions. I don't think he'll welcome Ricky Saints back. I don't think he'll welcome Danhausen back.
Oh, throw Aleister Black on that list too.
Yeah, and I say Danhausen. He was high on Danhausen, but when the shit went Punk went down, Danhausen made it his business to always keep being seen with Punk in public outside of wrestling. Like why? If you know that this man had this bad, it's not a good look for him. And with Ricky Saints, he just kept following Cody. So when Cody left, he's at all the WWE events, and he's not just in the suite. He's backstage with Cody. So I'm sure Trips and all of them was talking to him when they seen him. Those people.
Yeah, but I think Ricky Saints can be forgiven because I think y'all dropped the ball with him somewhere.
They was building him up. He was a nobody when he signed. That's what I'm saying. He became champ and everything. He was literally, they was building him up. I think he was one of the wrestlers that had the WWE.
No. But he was pulled for a while
because he was hanging out with Cody. That's what I'm saying. When Cody left the company.
Well, but also that's like a double standard too. We got to be fair here. You welcome when Mercedes Moné and all of them there, Naomi and all of them put on disguises.
But what happened? They were in suites. They weren't on camera backstage and stuff and trying to be in the mix. We know that wrestlers have relationships with other wrestlers. Right. It's like Ricky Starks and Danhausen was intentionally trying to give like a fuck. Like if you want to be honest, I think all the AEW people that went over were poached by Cody. They're all his friends from Lexis King to on down. I think they all his friends.
I hate Lexis King name. I hate the fact that I hate the birthright idea that we're the birthright, but none of y'all are using y'all birthright name.
Bro, his last name is Pillman. His last name is Pillman. He thought that WWE was going to respect that. They don't give a shit. You know who gave a shit?
I like that.
You know who gave a shit? Tony Khan. But again, they all made decisions to sign with they thought the grass was greener, and it's not. It's from Blake Monroe, whatever her name is. Jade. They had Jade. They rushed Jade. They had signed her for a year, and she was off the scene for a year, practicing, getting better. We see when she signed with WWE, the whole year she spent doing photo shoots on social media and being at the performance center. For her to come to the roster and still kind of like lay an egg a bit. And it's like, what was you doing all of that time? They didn't protect her. They used her because she had the look. They used her because she was popular, and they didn't protect her. I don't care what nobody said. They didn't protect her. She wasn't the best champion. Her title run was terrible. She only defended it, once?
Yeah, I didn't like the title run.
It was bad. They gave her the baddies, but you gave her two people who y'all refused to build and try to make it work.
No, Misha.
That's what happens when you don't build your roster. Oh, we're not gonna build my roster. I'm gonna just go get AJ Lee and the Bella Twins. I'm not gonna build these up, the other people up. So now Jay get this faction full of jobbers. Nobody respects him. It's how you present these people. And the big mistake for me for them is leaving AEW. Like, okay, you got the fame. Yay, I'm famous. Everybody knows who I am. But judging from certain people' reactions in public, they don't like all that fame. The way they talk to the fans and give attitudes to fans at the arena. I'm not gonna name names of who it was, but it's just not making sense to me. You know what I mean? And
Jade is an easy fix to me though.
super easy.
Just make her up the first Paul Heyman girl and let her
Give
run.
her a mouthpiece, yeah. AEW, they gave Smart Mark Sterling was the perfect mouthpiece for her. He was killing it at first.
Give her a mouthpiece and just let her go. Even though I'm like, I heard Jade say it first, but now I'm starting to hear Jordan Grace say it in interviews. Oh, I want to be a Paul Heyman girl too, and it's just like, yo, dog, relax. Like,
She's somebody. She's another one that's just floundering, like I don't get it. She has a look. She just and it's like, come on, man.
But she's
like,
coming off an injury. I think they was building something with her, and Jade. Then she got injured, so it's kind of like you got to build that momentum back up. So you gotta see. But I want to see Jade, like put Jade with the. I want to see Paul Heyman used in a similar way to the Don Callis family.
Yeah. I tell people, man, Callis, man, he number one right now. He's the best manager in the game.
He got him.
And
he got him. Hey.
Listen, again, I'm on record from the beginning of the Callis family. I was with it. Everybody didn't understand it. I'm like, no, y'all don't watch everything else. Everybody in the Callis family, they're champions outside of AEW.
Yeah,
y'all just don't know it because they don't carry the belts with them on TV or whatever for whatever reason. But they're all Rocky Romero. He's a legend. When I say Rocky Romero is he's the reason. He's one of the reasons why we have the AEW. He is the bridge between New Japan and the American wrestlers. He was the bridge between the Bucks, Kenny, and all of them and New Japan. Like everybody makes sense in the Callis family. Mark Davis. He's recruiting people that hate the people that he hates. He hates Kenny. He hates Hangman. Whoever he hates, he pretty much recruits them or works with them.
We're gonna hate them together. Yeah. Now I like the Don Callis family. I like the friction between I like the Fritz. Stoke is killing it too. I like the friction between the family. Like I just think it you're right. It does make sense. So
Andrade. When they all fit in.
Yeah.
Now I would like to see Andrade with Roosh. Let me get Lij together. Because La Sombra is one of the he's the Prince Devitt of La Sombra of Lij. He's one of the two founding members of Lij. So it's him, Roosh. Put them all together. I
think you get it eventually. Maybe not off the bat. Maybe not like, oh, we're gonna get it to Monday and Wednesday. But I think eventually you get it. You know, Tony Khan, he slow build stuff and he does it when it makes sense.
Like, do you understand this MJF feud with Andrade goes back to when Andrade was still in the WWE? And MJF challenged him
shots at They just take shots at each other's social media. Yeah.
Yep. So it's like I love it, man. And we got the same history with Kofi, and Xavier going back with Kenny and the Bucks. I remember the Bucks, and they profile on Twitter. They're gonna fight the New Day one day.
And everybody would rejoice. Yes, I remember. I was there.
I don't. For certain wrestlers, I don't look at these releases as a dark spot. I look at it as a relief thing. For certain wrestlers, I do feel bad for them because, like, especially the developmental people that got released, they never got to really show their skills and stuff, and they really started from the bottom again.
Yeah, but like I look at a Matt Cardona.
Yeah,
Matt Cardona could have just been Zack Ryder, tried to ride the Zack Ryder wave, and just been woo on the indies. He reinvented himself into Matt Cardona, and he killed shit. The
Yeah,
character, like building his character, making his character. Even though people think he did a lot more death matches than he actually did, he didn't do that many.
he didn't do that many, no.
But the ones he did was so legendary, it made you feel as though he's done a lot more than what he actually did. I
Yeah.
believe it was only like 1 or 2. I believe he's only truly did like 1 or 2 death matches.
And he got one of the best entrances in the Indies when he came with the Ghostbuster card.
Ghostbusters,
Can't tell me
yeah.
others.
Yeah, but that's all about reinventing yourself. That's all about figuring out who you are. So no, I feel as though, to me personally, I feel as though somebody who doesn't have a name, you have it easier because we have no level of expectation from you.
Yeah. That's true. And that's if they want to continue, because a lot of developments with people, they weren't into wrestling. They were athletes, college athletes that came in, that got released. And they might want to go a whole nother way. You know what I'm saying?
I wish you the best on your future endeavors. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, man.
My focus is on the people who want to be wrestlers and who's passionate about wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'm going to rejoice when.
Well, I think part of my point is WWE might have killed that passion for them. Like, you just now getting into the business, and for the rug to be pulled from underneath your feet like that, it might kill that passion you have.
Because if you're an athlete and if you play professional sports, then if football, you might not make that 53, 54-man roster, right? You just can't get cut and just say it's over. If this is something that you want to do, you figure out how to do it.
Hey, this is a little off subject, but again, shout out to Tony Khan, because again, everybody, we haven't seen Wardlow. I've been watching American Gladiators. Wardlow,
yeah, he's on there.
AKA Fang is killing it. Camilla's on there. She's killing it. That's why we haven't seen her in AEW. And Boogs is on there.
I didn't know.
Remember Boogs from WWE with the guitar? He's on there too. He's one of the gladiators. So for him, I would like to see him sign to AEW. I wanted to see Boogs sign.
Like, I'm not gonna hold you with all these AEW signings. To me personally, if I was Tony, with everything that's going on with WWE, this is when I pull a trigger and say, "Yo, we're switching up our scheduling and when we put on shows. We're going Monday, we're going Friday, and I'll keep a Wednesday."
I would do that after Mania next year in Saudi Arabia. I would switch the schedule up. They do a super show here. Because again, when they do that, if they do that super show, it'll be AEW, New Japan, CMLL, MLW, GCW, Red Pro. It'll be all of these companies under one umbrella. Stardom, Joshi. It would be a crazy 2-night super show if they did that. That would smoke Mania's boots.
You know where I'm gonna be? In that fucking building if they do that. Yeah, I'm gonna be somewhere in the building if they do that super show.
I'm about to not Saudi
like that? No, hell no, I'm not going to Saudi. Hell no, I'm not going to Saudi.
If I go to Saudi, it's just to visit my brother, man.
If I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm going to go to WrestleMania in 2028. Like, don't get it fucked up. Like, I'm still gonna go to WrestleMania, and I'm part of the problem. I know that. Like, I'm still gonna go because to me, it's not just about the WrestleMania. It's so much shit that goes on that weekend that involves pro wrestling.
And see, I used to be a journalist, so I don't support the Saudi shows. I never watch them anyway. I watch the highlights, the clips, but I never watch any of them shows.
I feel as though the Saudi shows is watered down anyway. Like, it's just not.
The Saudi family killed the journalists. So I would be the biggest hypocrite to support that if I used to be a journalist. So I can't get behind that mess.
Well, not used to be. You kind of still.
A little bit. And then I look at the Sammys and the CM Punks different, who were so strong against it, all of a sudden caving and going now. And I do have a problem with that. But again, you got to do what's best for you and your family.
Yeah, so you got to. I realize also in WWE, you don't really have that much say so on what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do.
They tell you everything.
Unfortunately, CM Punk has burnt so many bridges. He has to make this WWE run work.
Yeah,
you can't go back to AEW. I
It's
don't
in
really
that.
think you'll. I don't think you'll go over in New Japan. You're not gonna go to TNA. You're not gonna like. You have to make this work.
Yeah.
It has to work for you.
I
You know what I'm
was looking at the
saying?
leagues. Just, I know you mentioned Punk. They certain sites list the release. They got AJ Lee as release as of April 18th when she lost the Mania. That was it for her.
I don't think she's released.
I don't think she's coming back for a while, if at all. I think that was it.
I'm fine with that. I don't need you.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't want to see you, and I hate to say it like that, but it's just like
yeah. Shout out to SmackDown Hotel, that website. They also got Jelly Roll on that list and Pat McAfee on that list and Speed on the list of release as of April 18th. They got released too. So that they're saying. So.
and thumbs up. Congratulations, you got it right.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 right.
Yeah,
You got 3 right.
I would have liked to see a little bit more with Speed in there. But Speed not in a main event picture, like with the Dan, he was great with Danhausen and the Curse, and how they could have made that play into his stream life. How that would have been really great.
You could have brought wrestling over to them,
Yeah,
right? And then kind of pull fans in, like, oh, this Danhausen character is funny. I want to see more. And then you get introduced to the Romans and the Jacobs and all of that, rather than how you did it.
Yeah,
I just feel as though it's just I don't know. I don't think it's the talent. I think it's behind the cameras that they're having a lot of friction and issues at, and they just have no clear and concise vision on what they're going to be and want to be.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been best that Triple H didn't get a new contract and he did leave.
Yeah.
Maybe you need some fresh blood in there, because I mean it was a point where Triple H was cooking, and then
he wasn't.
It's just like you kicked him out the kitchen and it ain't. And those pots is cold now, boy.
Yeah.
Pots is cold.
Like for me,
New Day and AEW. I just want to go out there and say it now. That I don't want to see New Day anywhere else but AEW.
It makes sense. That's a perfect marriage.
I feel as though with your names and what you've done in professional wrestling, you have nothing to prove in a sense of rebuilding yourself.
Yeah,
you know Like I want to see them as heels, though. I want to see them on a real heel run.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, and I'm pretty. We got some more coming. I feel as though we're gonna have some more coming within the next week or two.
Yeah. How would you book New Day to start AEW? Like to come in? Would you send them like after the Bucks match, the lights go out and they come on and they standing there? Like, how would you do it?
I think Bucks go on a winning streak. They go back to the arrogant Bucks of just, we could be anybody. You know what? We could even be somebody that we don't even know who we're gonna face. So at Wembley, open challenge to whoever, not just in AEW. This is an open challenge to professional wrestling, right?
Yeah.
I see you at Wembley, and you just the vignettes for that is just them boasting about all of that they've done from New Japan to AEW and all of this, and you have them come out to the ring, and it's similar to how you had Seth Wade, and when Cody hit, like the lights go black, you got you do like a crazy vignette, like you don't just hit their music, you do like a crazy video package that leads to it showing that it's whatever their new name is going to be, and you have them come out and
what if they come out like the lights go out, right? All lights go out, and then a small choir comes on, like while the lights out, small choir runs up on the ramp, and when the lights come on, you see the choir, and they're singing a version or a remix version of the New Day's first music. Oh, like when it was Kirk Franklin and the Family, when they first came out like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like a small remix version, the lights hit again, and then Kofi and Austin are standing there, and the crowd goes nuts.
Crazy.
Like we once you see the choir, that's your head. Oh, I think the New Day coming. I think the New Day coming.
When I don't want to see them in we're here. I want to see you in a match your first time. And I want you to go crazy. Even if it's not against the Bucks, you have to go again. I think a 4-way ladder match for the tag team titles would be a great way to introduce them. Kick them off like you kicked off Tommaso Ciampa as tag team champions, and let them go crazy. Let them go on a year run of just going crazy, collecting tag team belts from other places.
Kofi and Austin Creed with no script. Think about it. How good that would be.
They're gonna go crazy.
No script. Oh man. Yeah, I can't call him Xavier Woods no more. That's Austin. He's back to Austin, man. That's Austin Creed, man. That's Austin, man. I'm overall, man. I'm happy because we get a switch up of the landscape. Nobody wants anybody to lose their jobs at all.
But at least we have enough wrestling that if you do lose your job here, you could go other places to make a living.
And that's why having more than one company is important. There's more than one universe. Y'all. Tune into everything. Me and Dip, man. We're gonna start doing some indie interviews.
Yeah, baby. We about to kick it up a notch, man. Once again, shout out to you for bringing me into this platform of the Rap on Wrestling podcast. Shout out to Shaheem Reed, who made ESPN. My boy made ESPN, and they used that clip on SmackDown the other night when he asked Jalen Brunson.
The rope is everywhere.
Him, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nick, man. Shout out to everybody. I mean, shout out to Split. Shout out to everybody. Ari. Shout out to everybody that's a part of this thing.
Hey, and then our extended family members, our Truth, DJ Juanito up at Hot 97, Pretty Lou. We love you, brother. Shout out to my brother Gats. His birthday just passed. Happy birthday, Gats. Man. We got a nice little family. We looking like an NWO, but not overused. We ain't got 98 members, but when you join our family, you join the family. You know what I'm saying? And the future's only bright from here. Me and Dip, we're gonna come up with a name. I'm thinking Indie Report. We're gonna talk about anything non-WWE. Interview promoters, trainers.
Everything, bookers, everything that has to do with professional wrestling that's not on that main stage.
And my glasses came, Dip.
Oh, you claim? Oh, it's about to be lit, my brother.
So we're gonna bring you some meta glasses footage. We're gonna bring it to you all, man.
From indie shows, you know, you might see something where we had an indie show and we got a celebrity there with us. We talking about pro wrestling and we just, we doing our thing.
Let me shout out my brother Killer Mike. Number one, he's also a wrestling fan, but he's ever since he won them Grammys, super busy. But he already agreed to be a part of our show. Me and you, Dip, we're gonna take him to an indie show. That's the goal. We're gonna get some people. We're gonna get them to
hey, bro, and it's a lot of indie shows that's happening out here in the great state of Georgia and the surrounding areas. We have a lot of options to a lot of fire wrestling shows. So
it's pretty much shows every day of the week.
Yeah, look out for us, man. And if you see us, you know what I mean, say what's up. Let's talk about it.
Let's grind.
Let's talk wrestling. Let's talk about your thoughts, views, and opinions and feelings about professional wrestling. What you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you want to see less of.
If you got a platform, let's collab.
Exactly.
Let's collab. So you're about to start seeing. Shout out to our brothers at 404 Wrestling Pod. You'll start seeing them soon on here.
Yeah, shout out. I definitely want to go over there and talk to them too. I like what they're doing and all of that. So we about to have a good time, man. We about to talk professional wrestling and
the Rap on Wrestling
podcast, man. We here.
And shout out to all our brothers, man. They're not here with us right now. Everybody's out doing their own thing, expanding the name of the company, of the team. Shaw's out here working. He out here doing pressers at NBA playoff games. You know what I'm saying? Spiff is out here doing movies, working with Rick Ross again.
Shout out to Fourth Rope. Can't forget about them. Shout out to Smoke Dizzle, West Side Gun, and everybody over there at Fourth Rope. Big shout out to Zilla. Fatu, who I feel as though who's next up in the wrestling industry. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be the next big name. So yeah, bro, it's a lot of dope shit going on.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So look out for all the context, the collabs, the interviews, and everything that we got going on over here, man. It's gonna be a great rest of this year. It's gonna be a great 2027 and beyond. So we just here to have fun.
As far as the regular pod, we'll be back this week. We'll be back, me and Dip, this week. We're gonna cover everything we've been doing. AEW's been cooking. They just had like a great vignette with Swerve going after Bandito. I really like that shit.
Yo, bro, when I tell you that's going to be absolutely fucking crazy.
And again, you have banging matches from the bottom of the card to the top of the card, and everything they look forward to me and Dip, and we're gonna have some other guests who watch AEW and other products. We're gonna be bringing you the best of that. So, thank you for tuning in, man.
And if you're an indie talent, please reach out to us
on
social media. We would love to, you know what I'm saying, talk to you about just your indie journey. Your character, how did you become passionate about this business of professional wrestling, and you want to see yourself going. We just want to sit up there and chop it up with you, talk, and shine a little bit of light on who you are and what you got coming up and what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shout out to everybody, man, and salute to my brother getting that major push, Kevin the Jet Knight. I love it. I love it, man. He's doing this thing. Speed.
Tony already made it aware that we're gonna put a rocket on his back.
Yeah. He's got it.
Rockets on his back.
And again,
looking forward to it.
His training is different. He comes from the New Japan dojo. Although he's from Atlanta, he got his start in New Japan. So we have to remember that he's a beast. So thank you for tuning in with us, man. We're going to continue to bring you some dope stuff. Shout out to you, Dip. Thank you for joining me, my brother. Shout out to Nick. Oh yeah, Ari, Spiff, Shy. We love all of y'all, man. We holding it down for y'all, man. It's the Rap on Wrestling podcast.